Hey everyone, it's Andrew, Steel City Scented. Hope everyone is doing fantastic. Thank you for joining me again for another fragrance freestyle. This morning we're talking about a fragrance on which I'm on the fence if I'm going to keep or not. I used to like it a lot, and now I really just don't. So the discussion of how one's nose evolves aside, because that could be a much larger conversation than we have time for this morning, or that I have time for this morning anyway. We'll talk about Marc Jacobs Bang. The bottle's pretty cool. Looks like it got hit with a blunt instrument, hammer, wrench, candlestick in the library when you play Clue. Definitely something that will get you a battery charge, so it's a cool bottle. But as usual, walk through the history of Marc Jacobs' house very briefly, some of the other notable perfumes, the notes of this, why I'm not going to keep it, and then where you could wear it if you choose to wear something like this. So, a very brief history of Marc Jacobs as a person. So, homeboy was half an orphan, says Parfumo. He lived with his grandmother on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, though, so he was not doing that badly. I don't know where he got his formal training. It doesn't really say. It just says design education after school. So I'm not quite sure where. He started working with Perry Ellis in 1984. So back in the day, Perry Ellis was awesome. Like, you did not mess with Perry Ellis. His old fragrances, his fashion, they were really notable. Now it's considered like a Ross or Burlington coat factory. He kind of went the same way as Halston, unfortunately. So did really great, sold out to retailers, and then became like the bottom of people's shoes. But his old fragrances, Perry Ellis, are fantastic. But Marc Jacobs did not work on fragrances, but fashion. He had his first show in 1986. And at the same time, interestingly, Alexander McQueen was really pulling his weight in the space in 1986 also. Two very different types of fashion designers. Alexander McQueen also obviously developed fragrances too, but they were kind of running in parallel. So we'll talk about Alexander McQueen at some point in the future. He collaborated with a guy called Robert Duffy, who got him in with Louis Vuitton. That's a good connect. I like that guy. And they collaborated significantly, which I didn't know that. And then he started working in retail, New York, Paris, London, Istanbul. So Marc Jacobs has several iterations of his fashion lines, right? Like most major fashion houses have the exclusive line, which is more money than I care to think about. And then like a mid-level line under that, and then usually a retailer line. You can see it TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, wherever else. Those type of discounters. And they had a little Marc Jacobs line for kids in 2005, which is so cute. I would not trust my son in Marc Jacobs because he destroys everything, but good on you if you want to. He first started his perfumery, though, in 2001. And he has 112 perfumes, I believe. That's a lot, most of which are flankers. But it works, so all good. Okay, so back to, and the perfumers with which he has collaborated. So I want to start adding that. He's collaborated with a ton of perfumers. So I think most of us in this community realize that when something says Marc Jacobs or Tommy Hilfiger or Calvin Klein, those people did not actually fill the fragrance brief, bring that fragrance to fruition. They work with a perfumer under this person's label, right? But he's worked with Alberto Morillas, Yann Gottlieb, Khalees Becker, the House of Hermitage, Guévedon, Harry Fremont, Henri Blanc, Jean-Claude Deville, Olivier Cresp, Rausch Viga, Sunrise Perfumers, and then Yann Vasnier. So Yann Vasnier actually did a ton of work. He's done 104 perfumes, I think. 144, I'm sorry. Anywhere from Bulgari to Avon to, who else did he work with? Elizabeth Arden, Arquiste. Oh, he did Alexander McQueen, Amber Garden. Alexander McQueen. So again, the perfumers that the Marc Jacobs has employed have not been slouches by any means. So back to the perfume because I'm babbling and we need to get on with it. Okay. So Bang was released in 2010. There's actually a flanker, I guess, called Bang Bang that I have, but I couldn't find for you guys in 2011. So I've got both. We'll talk about that one later. But again, 2010. Now this bottle is Coty also. And if you can read the batch code, good luck. But I got this years and years and years ago. I don't exactly remember when, but it was... So I don't know if there's a batch code differentiation or variation, but with the notes in here, it's not really going to matter. So the top notes listed are black, pink, and white pepper. Mid notes of woods and benzoin, Elemi resin. Generic woods, I'm not quite sure which kind. And then base notes of Vetyver, don't know what kind. Patchouli, don't know what kind. And white moss. So I put this on about 8 Eastern, and it's now 9:09. So I remember this being, okay, so again, the evolution of your nose conversation we'll have later, but in summary, your nose will change significantly as you enter the perfume game and then transverse through it. One, because you start smelling things, your olfactory processes remember things differently, start learning things, really come to appreciate and know molecules differently. And secondly, because you age, right? So as you age, a lot of factors, most importantly, stress, inflammation, diet, lifestyle, can also in fact impact how you smell things, right? So this morning I went on a super nerdy, really nerdy 90-minute research dump, which is what my brain loves to do, about machine learning with time evaporation curves of perfume, because I was hell-bent on why did this pepper go away so quickly. So I'm like, Google, and then next thing I know, I'm in PubMed and ResearchGate, 6 papers in, reading about machine learning for perfumers, which we'll have to talk about that in the future also, because the Matrix may be coming for other perfumers. But anyways, I'm all over the place this morning. I apologize. Okay, so what do I get from this perfume? The pepper is still here, slightly, but it's been dominated by, and there's no benzoin. I smell no benzoin whatsoever, like nothing. There's some generic woods on my skin right now in Elemi, and a little bit of Vetyver, but I have to smash my nose into my hand, into my hoodie, to even try to smell this perfume. Like, no sillage, no projection whatsoever. So I'm trying to be patient with this perfume and realize it's a designer release, right? The materials, I don't know what the budget was. I don't know what Yann Vasnier's brief was. So I don't want to hate on either of those facets. It was Yann Vasnier and Gottlieb. So good for her. Again, it doesn't, I'm expecting this to be gone probably by 10 a.m., honestly. Yeah, so comparable fragrances, though, are Comme des Garçons and Black Pepper. And I don't remember, honestly, what that smells like. But they, on Perfume Mode, they compared it to a perfume by Hermes. And that is Poivre Samarcand by Hermes. And that one I would probably trust a little more than Black Pepper from Comme des Garçons. Comme des Garçons Black Pepper's got some smoke in it, which the Hermes does not. It also talks about Terre de Hermes EDT. There's really not a lot of pepper in that one, but okay, good for you people on Perfumo. So, where would I wear this? I probably wouldn't, to be honest with you. This is probably going in the D-stash bin, which bums me out because I really did. Like, I got this a long time ago, and it's probably 95% full. But if you're looking for something that is slightly spicy, slightly woodsy, a hint of vetiver, a hint of patchouli, this could be a consideration for you. But the price, man, the price is just... This is one of those fragrances that I think people want to say, this is my opinion, so please don't extrapolate this further. People want to say, like, I have a bottle of Marc Jacobs Bang. Now, this was, like, I think I bought it at the time. It was maybe, like, $50. If you go on eBay, I think they're, like, $150 now. I would not pay that for this fragrance. But it's fine. It's all good. So, what did I miss? I don't think anything. So, anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. Stay scented. Get through Friday. And we'll have a great weekend. Hopefully, everyone can kick some butt this weekend and do whatever that you need to do to relax. Man, I really wanted to love this and keep this, but you can't love or win them all. You are not tacos or, I don't know, I was going to say the Steelers, but that's not the case. The Penguins for sure not. So whatever sports team you love as a legacy, yeah, you're not going to be that person. So, all right, guys, take care. Stay well. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.